Have you ever felt that strange spark when someone holds your gaze a little too long? Not just a glance, but a steady, unbroken look, one that makes your heart beat faster, your palms sweat, or maybe even makes you wonder what they're really thinking. Eye contact longer than 3 seconds isn't just an accident. It's a hidden message, and most of us miss what it's actually saying. Eye contact is one of the oldest, most powerful forms of human communication. Long before we had language, our ancestors used their eyes to signal safety, attraction, dominance, and even danger. And today, even with all our technology, texts, emojis, TikToks, nothing replaces that raw, electric power of locking eyes with someone. Think about it. A single glance across the room can feel like a jolt of lightning. At a crowded bar, on a first date at Olive Garden, or even in the middle of a boring Zoom meeting, one long stare can change the entire mood of the moment. Psychologists call eye contact a social superpower. That's because it can trigger trust, anxiety, or even love in just a few seconds. And when someone holds your gaze longer than 3 seconds, that's when the hidden psychology gets really interesting. Point 1. Attraction and interest. When someone locks eyes with you for more than 3 seconds, one of the most common reasons is attraction. Think about it. When you like someone, your eyes linger. You're curious about them. You're drawn in, even if you don't say a word. It's why couples in love can sit at a restaurant like Cheesecake Factory, sharing dessert, and completely lose track of time staring at each other's eyes. The world fades, and it feels like only the two of you exist. But here's the fun twist. Eye contact also works in reverse. Holding someone's gaze can actually create feelings of attraction, even if they weren't there before. Psychologists call this the eye contact effect. Point 2. Dominance and power. Now, not all eye contact comes from love or romance. Sometimes it's about control. Think about a boss who doesn't break eye contact during a tough conversation, or a stranger at the gym who stares a little too long at the bench press. That's not about flirting, it's about establishing dominance. In fact, in some cultures, holding eye contact is seen as a challenge, almost like saying, "I'm not backing down." That's why in certain situations, too much eye contact can feel intimidating, even threatening. But here, as the psychology. People who use long stares for power usually pair it with body language, standing tall, leaning in, or keeping their face still. It's not just the eyes. It's the whole package. Point 3. Trust and connection. Eye contact isn't always about romance or power. Sometimes it's about building trust. Ever notice how doctors, therapists, or even good waiters at Chili's make steady eye contact when talking to you? It signals honesty, care, and attention. It makes you feel seen. When someone holds eye contact during a deep conversation, like when a friend says, "I've got your back," it strengthens the bond. You feel they really mean it. Studies even show that people who keep steady eye contact are more likely to be remembered as trustworthy and reliable. That's why leaders, speakers, and even politicians train themselves to do it. Point 4. Curiosity and observation. Sometimes the simplest reason someone stares longer is curiosity. They're watching how you react, what you'll say next, or maybe even trying to read your emotions. Eye contact is a natural way humans gather information. Think about that moment at Starbucks, when the barista says your name wrong on the cup, and you lock eyes with the stranger next to you, both of you silently sharing the joke without a word. That tiny pause, that longer gaze, is connection through curiosity. Point 5. Emotional intensity. Finally, long eye contact often comes with high emotional stakes. When someone is angry, they hold your gaze longer. When someone is deeply in love, they do the same. And when someone is grieving or sharing a vulnerable moment, their eyes linger too. That's because the eyes are directly connected to how we process strong emotions. You've heard the phrase, eyes are the windows to the soul. Turns out it's not just poetry, it's psychology. All of these points, attraction, dominance, trust, curiosity, and emotion, build up to one big truth. When someone holds eye contact longer than 3 seconds, it's never meaningless. Here's the real secret about people who hold eye contact longer than 3 seconds. They're not just looking at you. They're trying to connect with you on a deeper level. Whether it's attraction, power, trust, curiosity, or raw emotion, the common thread is intensity. People who hold your gaze longer than most are the ones who feel something stronger. And they want you to feel it too. And here's the kicker. Research shows that when two people hold steady eye contact for just 4 minutes without speaking, it can actually create a powerful emotional bond. Some studies even found that strangers felt like they were falling in love after doing this exercise. So next time someone locks eyes with you for more than 3 seconds, pay attention. It might just be their way of saying something words can't capture. Eye contact is one of the most underrated superpowers in human connection. It can spark attraction, signal power, build trust, satisfy curiosity, or reveal deep emotions, all in a matter of seconds. And people who hold your gaze longer than 3 seconds, they're sending you a message. You just have to figure out what it means in that moment. So, the next time it happens, maybe across the table at Olive Garden, in a meeting at work, or while waiting in line at Target, don't ignore it. Notice it, because eye contact is never random. Now, I want to hear from you. Have you ever had one of those unforgettable moments where someone held your gaze a little too long? What did it feel like? Drop your story in the comments. I'd love to hear it. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more fascinating psychology insights, and share this with a friend who needs to hear it. Who knows? Maybe the next time you lock eyes with someone, you'll see it in a whole new way.